I just put my pinky
Any
to the
person
air.
who
It's
walks
fine.
into the courthouse, make sure they remove any gang collars, masks, handkerchiefs,
Yeah.
It's
holsters.
rolling.
Yeah.
Let's get. Can we get the handcuffs off the suspect real fast, please?
Make sure our suspect also takes off the holster. Yeah, I can.
Well, I
mean,
can't if
I
I'm
think that's a
handcuffed.
conflict of
No,
interest.
yeah. Just if we can get the handcuffs taken
Yeah.
off of her, that would be.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Good luck
I
today.
think. I think we got plenty of police officers in here. I don't know if they're going to do anything crazy.
So make sure to take off your holster as well.
Oh shit.
Hey, balls.
All right, a couple of you came in a little bit late. I want to speak up. Can everybody hear me? My name is Silas Mint. I'm the judge. I just want to let you guys know that this is a courtroom. No outbursts. If you can restrain yourself, that would be wonderful. Obviously, no gang colors, flags, cuts of that nature. And if you could, while speaking, speak in a low tone, whisper if you got to speak to each other. Don't interrupt the courtroom. Please watch your language. We like to have things a little bit fancy around here. We're all high society and all that. So while you're here, you are my guest, and I am your host. Please treat me that way, and I'll make sure that you guys are treated just as fairly. Thank you guys very much. You got a question, ma'am? No?
Make sure they remove their holsters as well.
You need a what? A doctor?
I need a doctor.
Is there a doctor in the house?
Negative. Make sure they
All
remove their
right.
holsters as well, Judge.
Yeah, absolutely. So no weapons are allowed to be in the courtroom. So if you got holsters on, please do remove them. These cops can get a little nervous now and then,
Yeah, I'm so nervous with them carrying fucking weapons. Half of them don't know how to shoot properly.
Yeah, let's keep the courtroom decorum correct here.
Yeah, no PD with guns.
Are both sides ready to present?
See,
Absolutely, sir.
Fantastic. This is going to be the matter of Annabelle Dahl versus the state of San Andreas, docket number CM0002. At this time, Miss Annabelle Dahl is being charged with multiple offenses. The originating offense was seen in a bench trial 2 days hence, in which we did set this trial date. She was placed on a bond and an ankle monitor, instructed by the court not to get into any police interactions or illegal offenses. It was brought to my attention yesterday that there was another police interaction in which I did issue a warrant for arrest. She was apprehended last night, escorted to Bolingbrook State Penitentiary until our trial today. So today we will be seeing this case for the report numbers 144, 145, and 148, all of which are pretty much the same. 145 is going to be damage to government vehicle or properties, and then fleeing and eluding. A couple of other side charges there on the report number. 145 is going to be looks like a robbery, and then fleeing to elude. And then we have 148, which of course was the distribution of the warrant last night, and then another fleeing to elude at the time of capture on that. At this time, we will be entering into sworn testimony. Please make sure that you're telling the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you whatever God you believe in or don't believe in. At this time, we're going to go ahead and hear statements from the prosecution based on each one of these cases. What I would like to hear is all of the charges that are being brought against the defendant at this time, and then we'll get into witness testimony and all that good stuff. All right, Miss Selena, if you could approach and just state for the court all of the charges throughout all of those reports.
The info. Uh, Prosecution Salina Torres here. Based off of the first incident for the fur, Miss Annabelle Dahl is going to be charged with destruction of government property, fleeing and eluding.
Yeah.
Based off of 45, Miss Annabelle is going to be charged with a warrant for her arrest, which she was apprehended. During that, she did also flee and elude the officers, which led them on a chase.
The officers that are the officers that got her for these. Are they present? Most of them, anyways.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then 45 is going, the charges for 45 are going to be arm or robbery times 1, reckless invading, criminal possession, criminal possession of stolen property, and criminal possession of a firearm class A. That would be all of the charges, sir, for each case.
Fantastic. Defense. How are we pleading against all of these? Let's start with the initial crime that took place on 144 was the damage of government property. I believe that you and your client both suggested that you were pleading innocent to these charges, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. As for fleeing to elude after the damage of the vehicles, how is your client pleading?
I'm not guilty.
Okay. As for record number 145 with the robbery as well as fleeing to evade, how does your client plead?
Not guilty.
Okay. And for fleeing during the warrant execution on 148, how does your client plead?
Not guilty.
Understood. At this time, we'll begin our witness testimonies. Defense, you will
Your
be
Honor.
up. Yes.
I've just been aware by the probation officer that was appointed to Miss Doll that if we look at incident, I believe it is 63, 163, that was when she was admitted to Bolingbrook.
I don't have access to incident records. Those any evidences and any crimes that are committed will need to actually be placed into records moving forward. So the actual reports versus incidents.
Perfect.
Uh, okay. That aside, what we will do at this time is we'll have the prosecution bring their witnesses. Defense, do you have any witnesses, or is it just your client? And does your client wish to take the stand today?
It is just my client. However, I would like to approach the bench. I do have someone I would like to call, but it will disrupt the flow if done at a later time.
That's fine. Both prosecutor and defense, please approach. Make sure you're whispering up here.
Yep. I would actually like to, the reason it would disrupt is because I would like to call Selena to the stand due to a statement she made during the pretrial that I would like clarified here.
That is a bit unusual. Is it of criminal nature, or is she just being questioned based on a statement?
It is based on a statement of the arrest within itself, for the initial arrest.
Is it for the enchanted siren one? That statement?
That is correct.
Okay, so
Okay.
I can just clear it up right here if you don't want to.
I mean, that's fine. Taking the prosecutor to the stand is a little bit unusual, but let's see if we can clear it up here. And if you still want to take it to the stand, that's fine.
So based off of the incident, the previous to this, Miss Annabelle was talking about how she owned the enchanted siren. So the officer got confused with everything that was going on due to the fact that all of this was taken. I would like to completely strip that. It wasn't about this individual case. It was from previous things that they have discussed, and he was all jumbled up due to the arrest, and he wasn't like meaning to put that in there, which was not made clear to me at that time. But he has told me now that it has no regards to this case.
Okay.
It was stated that the arrest was made at Enchanted Siren when, per the records, it was Legion Square. And I would like
Okay.
that noted that the inconsistency between what was stated and what is in the reports is there for your decision making as well.
We can note that. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to bring the prosecutor to the stand unless you still.
If there was a jury, I would, just that the way they could hear it. But if
Right,
it's
of course.
just you, I'm not worried
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
just- it's just
as
myself.
long as you're aware.
Okay, yeah, we'll note that for the record. Clerk, if you could make a note, and then we'll proceed from here. Let's go ahead and start witness statements of the police officers. If you would like to bring your client to the stand after she brings her witnesses, you can you'll be more than welcome to do so. I will. All righty, all cleared up there. Prosecution, you can bring your first witness.
Your Honor. Your Honor, my first witness to the stand would be Probation Officer Jack Hoffman.
Jack Hoffman, please approach my left side. Once we get proper microphones in this, these microphones don't work, so you're gonna have to use your big boy voice.
All right.
We're gonna do this, same way but a little different. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you Frostbyte?
I do.
All right, fantastic. You may lower your hands. You are under testimony at this time. Please answer all of the questions by both parties to the best of your ability. You do have the right to plead your Fifth Amendment if you feel like you are being incriminated. You also do have the right to remain silent. You understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed, counselor.
Me or defense?
You.
Okay,
It's your witness. You go first.
perfecto. Okay, so first question. Based off of what we have, do you see the individual in question here at the courthouse today?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you point out the individual in question?
The individual is the young lady
And
sitting in the chair.
Can you
Clerk, note that he did point to the defendant.
Noted.
Okay. From start to finish, can you go over exactly what happened from the time of the suspect in question damaging the police vehicle to the time of arrest?
Yes. My partner and I, Lou Breeze, were coming out of the motor pool of MRPD. We saw a vehicle angrily parked in front of MRPD, so we came up to the vehicle to see if they had any questions, if they were going to go inside, if we could help them. They told us that they wanted a quote-unquote chase, and of course we told them that wasn't going to happen. They proceeded to back out, block our car in, so that they were like parallel to the sidewalk, and get on top of our vehicle and smash our windshield in with their foot. Afterwards, a vehicle pursuit did transpire. We lost eyes on the vehicle one time, regained eyes pretty quickly. After doing so, we chased them from Legion Square to Los Santos Freeway, back to Legion Square, back to Los Santos Freeway, back to Legion Square, where the suspect then proceeded to let us know that she, quote, gave up and needs medical attention immediately, where she was detained and taken to the hospital.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Price.
All right. So just to get a few things correct here, your police-issued body cam was not running during this whole encounter, correct?
The police issued body cam was running, but it seems that the file may have been corrupt.
So there is no video evidence directly from a police officer that states what transpired that can corroborate what you have stated.
I can state that my body cam does not show as it has been corrupt.
Okay. And with that being said, when you stated earlier that you lost eyes on the vehicle, what if the vehicle had been ditched and the owner had found it? Per the body cam footage we have, the suspect was wearing a helmet. How were you able to identify my client based on that image of someone in a blacked out helmet?
Well, we saw their clothing when they stepped out of the vehicle, and it matched the description of the clothing when they were back into the vehicle. We could see from the shoulders up. And the same black helmet.
Was my client arrested with the black helmet?
I'm unsure.
So just to be clear here, were you the arresting officer or tertiary officers?
I was an assisting officer. The arresting officer is standing next to the DA.
All right, understood. Thank you.
And when my client was arrested, photos were taken, I'm assuming, of where the vehicle was, the damage to the windshield at MRPD,
She just light up
things
a
of that
cigarette?
nature that you would have to collect in order to create a case like this.
Let the record
I'm
show
unsure of
that
any photos
the
taken.
defendant just lit up a cigarette in the courtroom.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Understood. You may step down, officer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Prosecution, your next witness.
The next witness, sir, is gonna be Corporal Blue Breeze. Oh, my bad. Blue Breeze, my bad. Sorry.
All right. Up to my left, sir. Corporal, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you, Frostbyte?
Yes, sir. I do.
All right. Please answer all questions truthfully to your knowledge. You do have the right to your Fifth Amendment should you feel like you are being incriminated. You also have the right to remain silent during any questioning. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Fantastic. You may continue, prosecutor.
So, do you see the individual that's in question in this courtroom today?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please point out the individual in
Yes,
question?
ma'am. It'll be the one next to the defendant, but next to the defensive attorney. It'll be Miss Annabelle Dahl.
Okay, from beginning to end, from the time of the alleged damage of government property, can you tell me from beginning to end what exactly happened in your perspective?
Absolutely.
Objection, narrative.
Please rephrase your question.
Can you tell me exactly what happened from beginning to end?
Objection, narrative.
Please describe the incident in your own words, sir.
Alrighty. So when me and Jack Hoffman were to begin shift of the day, we pulled out in front of the MRPD. We were parked outside of the station as the vehicle in question, driven by Miss Annabelle Dahl, which was not identified at the time, pulled up to the parking lot and was revving their car and eventually started asking for a chase, that they were bored and they were looking for a police chase. We as officers of the law declined because we do not give out free chases for fun. when the invitation was declined, the vehicle pulled up further onto us, parallel on the parking space in front of the MRPD. They proceeded to get up under the hood of the vehicle, my patrol vehicle, and kicked in the front windshield with their foot, proceeded to get off and enter their vehicle and sped off. They did proceed to stop and wait for us to get into our vehicle so they could get what they wished for. Me and Hoffman got into our vehicle and proceeded to chase the suspect. We called it over radio, and multiple officers were responding. We ended up getting into a pursuit where we eventually lost contact with the suspect. We later on regained the visual on the suspect and continued another vehicle chase, where we continued to from Legion Square over to the Los Santos Freeway, back to the Legion Square, and back to Freeway, and once again back to Legion Square, where the suspect that in question eventually surrendered and claimed injury, and were then apprehended, cuffed. They exited the vehicle with their helmet removed. It was not removed in the beginning of the chase. The clothing were still the same clothing that was from the suspect in question earlier that exited the vehicle without a helmet. They eventually got into our patrol vehicle. We arrested them, took them to the hospital for care, and then proceeded over to the station for processing of the suspect. That'll be all.
Okay, based off of what you just said, my next question for you is the vehicle that she was yet apprehended in, and as you stated, suspect pulled over and said she surrendered. Was it the exact same vehicle that
It was
had
the exact
initially
same
started?
vehicle. The description of the vehicle will be a Sentinel GC4. It'll be a two-door.
Perfect. And she stepped out of the vehicle, and I quote, "You said, I surrender."
They said that they did surrender, yes. They gave up and received medical treatment shortly after being apprehended.
Perfect. No further questions, Your Honor.
Understood. Mr. Price?
Yes, of course. I only have well, I've got a few questions here. The first being, if my client here was the person in the helmet, did you recover the helmet?
Negative. I don't think that's within.
So then,
reasonable
without a
question.
shadow of a doubt, how can you say that it was my client that smashed your windshield and fled initially?
Every other clothing on the suspect matched the description of the suspect that was pulled out of the vehicle after surrendering.
Okay, so then what about if your fellow officers over there, the ones that you wear an eerily similar uniform, almost identical, throw on a helmet, do something, and then now I can blame it on someone else, is what you're saying?
I don't believe that that's reasonable at all, considering our uniforms have names as well as badges, as well as equipment, as well as the name and badge stating Los Santos Police Department, which this individual did not. They were in plainly closed body armor, as well as cargo pants, black shoes, and the motorcycle helmet in question. They were also wearing a dark colored sweater underneath. Those were the exact same clothing that matched the suspect that was apprehended at the scene later on. That was the same suspect that was wearing the same clothing that kicked in our front shield of the vehicle, got into that vehicle that we later chased down, which was the same vehicle during the entire pursuit, who was later pulled out of the same vehicle at the scene where they surrendered.
So if I came across someone in the street during that chase that was wearing that exact same things, they would have been arrested as well, considering I can go down to the clothing store and buy exactly what she was wearing.
If any suspect would have matched
Objection,
the
Your Honor.
description,
Asked and answered. That question was already asked previous to his last question.
Sustained. Move on, Counselor.
Questions?
No further questions.
After
Mr.
this one.
Okay. Officer, you can step down.
yes, Judge, thank you.
Yep. Do we have any further witnesses? I think I saw 3 on my docket.
Correct, Your Honor, but that is not for this one. That was because she was appointed parole officer, and
Oh,
that
okay.
was just because that was going to be for the next one. But I did not know if you needed that one as well.
Okay, no worries. No worries. So that is the deliberation then completed, unless the defense would like to put his client on the stand.
I would not.
Okay. That'll be deliberation for issue number 144. 145 is a robbery, it appears, as well as a fleeing to elude. Do we have evidence marked in the report for that?
Yes, Your Honor, there is.
Just give me a second here. Charges on this one is robbery ×1, reckless evading, criminal possession of stolen property, as well as criminal possession of a weapon class A ×1. There's body cam of this incident, a plate lock picture, as well as several secured items, including many traffic signs, as well as a toolkit, one pistol, and $478 in marked bills. To my knowledge, you guys did plead innocent to this charge, correct?
Yes, I believe so. Let me just take a look because I only saw the 2 pieces of evidence there.
This is so if you look at the evidence locker.
You do.
Yep.
Okay,
So the
shit.
body cam. Would you like to change your plea or stay with innocent in this?
No, she'll plead guilty for those.
Okay. And then the final instance here should be 148. This is based on a warrant that I executed, based on report number 145, which did hold her in contempt of court for breaking and violating a court order. At the time that she was attempting to be detained based on the violation of the court order, it is stated that she led the police on a lengthy pursuit. Is this something that you wish to still remain innocent on, or would you like to change the plea? So again, that's report number 148.
That's ultimately up to you. If you want to, we can fight it.
Nah, guilty on that one as well.
My client is choosing to plead guilty on that one.
Okay, so the only innocence plea is the originating case for 144.
Correct.
Okay. All right. At this time, we're going to take a 10-minute recess. I'm going to deliberate my notes with my clerk. If any counsel needs to speak to me in that time, that's fine. I'll be in my chambers. In the meantime, you guys may speak amongst yourselves.
Wow, that's fun.
Yeah. He does have a pretty decent point that the girl had a helmet on in the initial argument,
Yeah.
and that they don't have any photographs that prove that she's the same person